right, thank you for joining me for a yoga class I'm calling Ghosh Flow Yoga. We're going to follow the sequence of 26 into yoga, but add in optional, keyword optional, sun salutations and posture variations. As you may know, 26 into yoga, Bikram yoga comes out of a lineage from Calcutta, India. Bikram's teacher was a guy named Bishnu Ghosh, so we are kind of paying homage to that teacher, Ghosh, who had a sequence of 84 postures that the 26 and 2 come out of. If at any point something doesn't feel right for your body, remember that you can modify, do something else, or skip a posture or sun salute entirely. This class is intended to be fun, fast-paced, challenging, but in yoga, you're never going to a point of pain, a point where you could cause harm to yourself or others, so just keep that in mind. We're actually not going to start with sun salute. Sorry, we're going to come to the middle of our mat for 2 sets of pranayama, deep breathing. Bring your feet together, toes, heels touching nicely. Interlock your 10 fingers, cross your thumbs, glue your knuckles underneath your chin. Hey, Elizabeth, rock your weight into your heels. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. You made it to class. Concentrate, meditate, and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up. Breathe in through your nose. Lift your elbows up. Suck your stomach in. Fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up. Exhale through your mouth. HA, sound, head back. Arms forward, elbows touch. Good, inhale. Elbows out and arms up. Slowly bring your chin down. Look straight ahead. Lift your elbows all the way up. Breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up. Slowly push your head back. Look way, way, way back for the wall behind you. Arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. Breathe in through your nose, down through your throat to the very bottom of your lungs. Exhale, head up. As you exhale, open your mouth wide like you're fogging up over here on the ceiling. Arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. Keep the weight in your heels. Contract your quadricep muscles, gluteal muscles, lock your legs. Exhale, head up, weight stays in the heels, hip muscles contracting, thighs tight, arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down as you inhale. Suck your stomach in, depression to abdominal wall, contraction to abdominal muscles. Exhale, even as you exhale, abdomen in, eyes open, shoulders down, elbows up, triceps parallel to the floor. Inhale, head down. So the lower body stays still like a statue, just the neck and arms move. Exhale, head up. So just your head drops back. No backward bending. Notice if you're leaning back, puff up your chest, reach your arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. Every new inhale, you're going to take in more air than the last breath to expand your lung capacity. Exhale, head up. The more you exhale here, the more fresh oxygen you can take in on your next breath. Push and squeeze. Inhale, head down. Let's make this the last breath in the first set. Spine a little longer, elbows a little higher, lungs a little fuller. Suck your stomach in, breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up, take your time. Eyes open, hips forward, legs locked, stomach in. Keep exhaling, elbows touch. Change, arms down, roll out your shoulders and head. Second set, feet together, toes, heels touching nicely. Interlock your 10 fingers. Switch the grip, other thumb, pinky finger on top. Squeeze your thighs, squeeze your butt, stomach in, grow taller out of the base of your spine. And begin, inhale, chin down and arms up. Breathe in through your nose, lift your elbows up, suck your stomach in, fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up, exhale through your mouth, slowly push your head back, reach your arms forward, elbows touch, pointing forward. Inhale, head down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Full lungs. Exhale, head up for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, elbows touch. 1. Inhale, head down, use the full 6 seconds to inhale. Exhale, head up, use the full 6 seconds to exhale. Inhale, head down. Exhale, head up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, 2 more. Exhale. Inhale, head down, last breath. Second set, deepest breath of your life. When your lungs are totally full, surprise yourself. Take in one more sip of air. Exhale, head up. Excuse me, take your time. Let everything go through the exhale breath. Any worries, any cares, any sneezes, let them go. Be here now, elbows touch. Change, arms down. I've never sneezed while exhaling. That was a weird sensation. Okay, let us continue. We're going to do Ardha Chandrasana and Padasana. Half moon with hands to feet pose, which we're going to flow into an optional sun salute. I will walk you through it. Feet together, inhale, arms overhead, sideways, palms together, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, stretch up and bend right and left, right and left. Every time you pass through the middle, reach up a little taller, like you're trying to touch the ceiling. And when you can't stretch anymore, come to stop in the middle. Bring the weight into your heels, push your hips a little forward, squeeze your palms together, head and arms back, touch your biceps to your ears, stomach in. Inhale, breathing, stretch up out of your waist, try to touch the ceiling. Exhale, breathing, absolutely straight line, slowly bend your body to the right. Without bending elbows, without bending knees, continuously push your hips to the left, beyond your flexibility, creating a stretching feeling on the left side of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes. Keep the weight in your heels, hips a little forward, upper body back, touch your biceps to your ears, push your left hip a little forward, get your two hips in line. Now bring your right shoulder forward, open your chest like a flower petal blooming, come down, push, 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 change. Inhale to come up, stop in the middle, hips forward, arms back, stomach in, stretch up, and slowly bend to the left as you press your hips to the right. Still breathing in and out through the nose. We're going to breathe through the nose for the rest of class. If at any point you find that you're holding your breath, you can't breathe or you have to breathe through your mouth, it might be a sign that you've gone a little too far. Less is more until one day less is less. And that's when you go a little deeper. Left shoulder a little forward, right hip a little forward. If it feels good, get deeper at the end. Come down, push, push, push. Change. Inhale to come up. First back bend of the day. Keep your eyes open. Relax your head back as far as it goes. You can give your head a gentle shake. Look for the floor behind you. Squeeze your palms together. Lift your index fingers up to the ceiling and bring your arms back with your ears. Try to touch the wall behind you. So whole spine. Back bending from coccyx to the neck, lower back, middle back, upper back. Bend your total spine backward bending. Keep the weight in your heels, thighs tight, glutes tight. Push stomach, thighs, hips, everything forward and bring your arms back. Look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back. Change. Inhale to come up, big stretch up. Slowly exhale, hold, hands to floor, relax your head. Go for a walk, move your hips, shake your head. This is a U-turn from back bending to forward folding. At the beginning of class, your spine might not be quite warmed up yet. Move your hips to get your lower back nice, relaxed, comfortable, easy, flexible. Padasana, hands to feet pose, bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your calves, your Achilles, or your heels from underneath. Step on all 10 fingers. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, and lift your hips up. Stretch your upper body down from the lower spine to the floor. Pulling is the object of stretching. You're trying to create a tremendous stretching feeling on the back of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes with this smiling happy face. It's kind of poetic. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, lift your hips up, stretch your spine down. We're going to come into a halfway lift on your next inhale. Release the grip from the backs of your legs or feet and lengthen halfway. Look forward. On your next inhale through your nose, bend your knees, put your hands on the floor, and step back into a high plank or tabletop position. Keep exhaling and lower down halfway. Inhale, come up into a back bend. You can do cobra with elbows bent and thighs on the floor, or up dog with arms straight and thighs off the floor. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up for down dog. You can bend one knee, straighten the other, pedal out your legs, and then press your heels to the floor, hips to the ceiling, push the floor away from you, look for your thighs behind you. If down dog is not speaking to you, come down onto your knees, take a child's pose instead. Sink your hips down as you reach your arms forward. On your next inhale, hands to the floor, look forward, step forward, lengthen, halfway lift. Slowly exhale, bend your knees and fold, let your head hang heavy. Inhale, arms of your ears, hands together, lift up, look up. Exhale, arms down. Second set, feet together, inhale, arms overhead, palms together. Switch the grip, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs. Root down through your heels, stretch up out of your waistband spine, and slowly bend to the right as you press your hips to the left, still breathing in and out through the nose. Keep the weight in your heels, Thighs contracted, glutes contracted, hips forward, arms back, squeeze palms together, left hip a little forward, right shoulder a little forward, come down, push, push, push. Change, inhale to come up. Imagine you're leaning against a wall behind you, stretch up tall, and slowly drop to the left as you press your hips to the right. We're still just waking up our body at the beginning of class, and we're using our breath to kind of become a little bit more rooted and grounded in our body. So using the breath to connect the mind to the body. Left shoulder a little forward, right hip a little forward. Inhale, lengthen the arms. Exhale, push, push, push. Change. Inhale to come up, second heart opener. Keep your hands together, eyes open, drop your head back, squeeze your butt to lift your chest, and immediately bring your arms back with your ears, try to touch the wall behind you. Full spine back bending, full front of the body stretching. Your knees are bending, come up a little bit. If your elbows are bending, come up a little bit. Lock your legs, push your hips forward, lift your chest up, push your hands back, arms back, look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back, change, inhale to come up, big stretch up. Exhale, fold. Hands to floor, drop your head. Go for another walk, move your hips, shake your head. Notice second set, what's a little bit more loose, what's a little tighter, tender. There's no right or wrong. Second set, Padasana, hands to feet, bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your legs or your heels from underneath, step on all 10 fingers. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes and lift your hips up. Stretch your upper body down, keep pulling, keep stretching. Stomach in, eyes open, roll forward. Push your big toes down, lift your hips up, push your knees back, try to lock your legs. Change, inhale, lengthen, halfway lift, hips over heels, back flat, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, bend your knees, hands to floor, step back into a high plank or tabletop position. If that lowering down motion does not feel good for you, skip it, go straight from your plank or tabletop directly into your down dog or child's pose. Otherwise, take a vinyasa, hug your elbows in, slowly lower down. Inhale, come up into a back bend. If you're doing up dog, thighs off the floor. Exhale, stretch your spine so you can lift your hips up for down dog or sink your hips down for child's pose. Either way, spread your fingers wide, root down to your knuckles, your palms, the space between your index finger and thumb. Inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen, halfway lift. Slowly exhale as you fold, let your head hang heavy. Inhale, arms to your ears as you lift, look up. Exhale, arms down. Great, we're gonna do a third set that's gonna go fast. Feet together, arms over your head, palms together. This time, just cross your thumbs, keep the palms flat. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, drop to the right for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change, inhale to come up, stretch up, and drop to the left for 5, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change, inhale to come up, keep your eyes open, drop your head back, and go back. Change, inhale to come up, stretch. Exhale, hold, and then right away, grab the backs of your legs or your heels from behind. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes. Lift your hips up, push your knees back, lock your knees, lock your knees, lock your knees. Change, inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to floor, step back, high plank, keep exhaling, lower down. Inhale, your up dog. Exhale, your down dog. If you're doing down dog, try to get your heels to the floor. If your heels do not naturally touch the floor, you can try taking a wider stance. If you have tight hamstrings, you can micro bend your knees. Otherwise, press the thighs back. Inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen, halfway. Slowly exhale, hold. Inhale, root to rise, lift up. Beautiful, exhale, arms down. Awkward, Utkatasana, step your right foot to the right about 6 inches, hip width distance, insides of your feet parallel. Arms up, parallel to the floor, triceps tight, all 5 fingers together. Reach your arms forward, suck your stomach in, bend your knees, sit back and down, hips into a chair. Feet flat position, spine straight to begin with, 100% of your body weight in your heels, sit down halfway only, stomach in and start to lean back, keep your neck long. Keep your chin up, chest up, lean back, fall back, way back, change. Inhale to come up, keep your arms there, spread your toes wide, come up maximum on your tippy toes like a ballerina. Stretch up, bend your knees and sit down. Notice if the knees want to come in or out, keep 6 inches between toes, heels, knees and hands. Lift your heels up, knees up, spine straight, sit down into a chair, but don't sit below a chair. Change, inhale to come up. Last part, still breathe in. Squeeze your knees together. Let your heels come a little off the floor and slowly sit down. Take your time, listen to your body. I'm gonna stay here, but you can keep sitting all the way down. Squeeze your knees together and forward, eventually thighs parallel to the floor, Arms parallel to the thighs, spine perfectly straight from the side, looks like you're holding a box. Change, slowly come up, squeeze your knees, thighs together as you lift up. Heels down, right foot back, arms down. Optional sun salute, inhale, lift your arms, look up. Exhale through your nose, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back, high plank, keep exhaling, lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And in our standing series, there are several sun salutes, and I encourage you to switch it up. So like maybe in one of them you do down dog, maybe in one of them you do child's pose, right? Maybe one time you skip the chaturanga, go straight from your tabletop into your down dog, like whatever it is, just switch it up. Inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your eyes, lift up. Exhale, arms down. Wonderful. Second set of awkward, you can do like we do normally, or I'll provide some fun variations. Step your right foot to the right, 6 inches hip width distance, bring your hands together at heart center, bend your knees, sit back and down. Option to stay here, or as you're ready, take your left elbow to outer right knee and start to twist so that your thumbs come into the center line of your body. You can keep your hands at heart center or reach your right arm up, left arm down, arms at 6 and 12 o'clock. Look up towards your right thumb. Move your hips a little to the left, left shoulder forward. Good. Bring your hands back together at heart center. Unwind, other side, taking right elbow to outer left knee. Push elbow into the knee to get the thumbs at the center line of your chest. Look up towards the ceiling. Option to stay here or reach your left arm up, right arm down. On this side, hips a little to the right, and then bring the right rib cage forward so the shoulders stack. Good. Bring your hands back together, unwind and change. Push yourself up. Lift your heels, stretch up, bend your knees, sit down. And this time, if you'd like, you can fold forward and bring your arms back behind you, palms facing in. So thumbs towards the floor, pinkies towards the ceiling. You can fold forward, bend your knees, squeeze, palms together, sit down, change, balance challenge. Keep your heels lifted, bring your arms up, parallel to the floor. Good. Squeeze knees, thighs together, and slowly sit down. Take your time, listen to your body. Stop whenever you want, or keep sitting down until there's a half-inch gap between your hips and heels. Now, if you're all the way down, you have healthy knees, you want to work a little bit more on balance and control, come up 1 inch and hold, come up 1 inch and hold, and change. Slowly come up, squeeze knees, thighs together. Good, heels down, right foot back, arms down. Optional sun salute, inhale, lift your arms, look up. Exhale, bend your knees, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, this time if you like, you can step or try floating back and lower down. Inhale, come up into your back bend. Exhale, lift your hips up for down dog. So eventually, rather than stepping back, you're gonna float or hop back. If you wanna practice hopping back, you wanna land with your elbows bent rather than straight. So if you play around with hopping back into your chaturanga, right? Make sure you're landing with elbows bent rather than straight, and that'll take weight off of the shoulders and wrists. On your next inhale, look forward. You can step or practice floating forward, lengthen, halfway lift. Slowly exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your eyes, lift up. Exhale, swing right arm under left arm, right under left, eagle pose. Pull elbows down, bend your knees, sit down, lean back, and bring right leg over left leg, right over left. Cross twist and breathe. If your foot is coming out, sit down more. If you're losing your balance, arch your upper body back. Bring your knees to the right, upper body to the left, twist like ropes, sit down and lean back. Good, change feet together. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swing left arm, under right arm, left under right, pull elbows down, bend your knees, sit down, lean back, and bring left leg over right leg. Left over right, cross twist, still breathing. In and out through your nose. Knees a little to the left, upper body to the right, wrists, elbows, knees, ankles, all in one line. Sit down, elbows down, lean back, change feet together. Inhale your arms over your head, optional salute. Exhale, hold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, you can step or float back, lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Inhale, look forward. You can step or float forward, lengthen halfway. Exhale, hold. Inhale, reach your eyes, lift up. Exhale, arms and legs at once. Swing right arm under left arm, right leg over left leg. A little bit of coordination. So under, over, send red rover over, push your left hip a little forward, right shoulder a little forward, elbows over knees, sit down more, stomach in more, elbows down more, keep breathing, bring your upper body back at the end. Good, change, feet together, arms over your head. Let's do the left side, arms and legs at once. Left arm under right arm, left leg over right leg. So right hip a little forward, left shoulder a little forward, bring the weight back into your heel. If your foot is coming out, sit down more. If you're losing your balance, arch your upper body back, knees to the left, upper body to the right, sit down and lean back. Good, change, feet together, inhale your arms over your head, exhale, fold, inhale, lengthen, exhale, step or float back, keep exhaling, lower down, inhale, do your back bend, exhale, down dog or child's pose. Remember, have fun, switch it up, take your breath here, slow inhale to your nose, slow exhale to your nose, inhale, look forward, step or float forward, lengthen, exhale, fold, inhale, reach your eyes, lift up, exhale, arms down. Wonderful, party time. You can grab a sip of water if you want. Cheers, friends. So we're just playing around with the sequence of 26 into yoga, playing around with some different postures. It's all for fun. I will also say, especially for folks with shoulder or wrist injuries, the sun salutes can be a lot, right? So if that is you, can try doing what's called a half sun salute. And if you'd like, you can join me for 2 half salutes here. And that's something that you can do when others are doing full sun salutes if you want. So if you want to join me for a half sun salute just for funsies, you'll bring your hands together at heart center. Again, you're keeping your breath with your body. So inhale, lengthen, lift up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your eyes, lift up. Exhale, hands down. We'll do 1 more of those. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hands down. Right, so that's a half sun salute that you can do rather than the full sun salute. Next is the balancing series, and we're going to do something fun. We're going to go from standing head to knee to standing bow on both sides. Ready? Shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg, squeeze your left thigh tight, lift your right leg up, you can point your toes, flex your toes, keep your toes flexed back to your face, option to stay here, or as you're ready, round down, and eventually pick up your right foot. All 10 fingers interlocked, webbing to webbing grip. Lock your left leg, flex your right toes, and when you're ready, slowly, gently, lift your right leg up. Press your heel forward, flex all 5 toes back towards your face from the ankle. You're training your Achilles to stretch. If both legs lock, bend elbows down. Touch elbows to calf muscles. One day, elbows go below the calf muscles. Lock your knee, lock your knee, lock your knee. Slowly straighten your arms, bend the right leg, keep the right foot lifted, point your right toes, bring your knees together. Right hand up, out to the right, reach back without turning or twisting your wrist, pick up the inside of your right foot, at the ankle bone, thumb with your index finger. Bring your left arm up and back, right hip forward and down, knees together. Lift your left kneecap, point your right toes. Option to stay here, or when you're ready, take a breath, stretch up, and slowly charge your body forward. Simultaneously kick your right leg back and out. Take your time. Just finding a place where you can back bend, breathe, and balance. If you fall out, hop back in. When you're ready, start to come down, parallel to the floor. Body down more, leg up more. Charge your body forward. Kick, kick, kick. Good, change slowly. Kick yourself up. So these 2 postures are complementary. You can explore it on the other side. Shift your weight to your right leg. Squeeze your right thigh tight, lift your left leg up, flex your toes back, pull your abdomen in. Remember, you can stay here, or as you're ready, round down and pick up your left foot. So now this is a compression posture. We're rounding the spine, compressing the abdomen, flex your left toes back to your face, relax your face, and when you're ready, lift your left leg up. Press your heel forward, flex your toes back, breathe through your nose. If both legs lock, you feel tremendous stretching feeling on the backs of both legs. Then bend elbows down, squeeze in, compressing the abdomen even more. Keep coming down. One day, elbows go below the calf muscle. Heel forward, toes back, stomach in. Change, arms straight, bend the left leg, lift up. Point your left toes, bring your knees together. Left hand up, out to the left. Reach back, pick up the inside of your left foot. Bring your right arm up and back, left hip forward and down. Remember that you can stay right here. You're already opening through the shoulder. Balancing. When you're ready, block your right leg, point your left toes, lift your chin, stretch up, and slowly kick, stretch, and breathe. So in standing head to knee, we rounded the spine, compressed the abdomen, and flexed the kicking foot. In standing bow, we're bending the spine, stretching the abdomen, and pointing the kicking foot. In standing head to knee, the shoulders stay in line. In standing bow, the shoulders slide apart. In both postures, standing leg is locked, face is relaxed, and you can still breathe through your nose. Start to come down, body down more, leg up more, kick, kick, kick. Good, change slowly. Whew. Kick yourself up, feet together, arms down, take a breath. Second set, shift your weight to your left leg, squeeze your left thigh tight, lift your right leg up, flex your toes back, round down, pick up your right foot, all two fingers interlocked. Concentrate, meditate. Don't forget to have fun. When you're ready, lift your right leg up. If both legs lock, bend elbows down. Elbows go below calf muscles, touch into chest. Put your forehead on your knee. And from here, maybe play around with releasing the grip, maybe even letting go of your foot. One day, forehead and knee stay together. Okay, take your time as you slowly come up. Try to stay on one leg, point your right toes, knees together. We're gonna do arms and both arms at once. So left arm up, right arm back, lock your left leg, point your right toes, lift your chin, stretch up, and slowly kick, stretch, and breathe. All 5 fingers together, thumb with your index finger, palm of your left hand faces the floor, tricep muscle tight, left shoulder forward, right shoulder back. Start to come down, body down to parallel, big toe to the ceiling, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, pick yourself up. Good for you, last one, shift your weight to your right leg, lock your right leg, lift your left leg up, flex your toes back, stomach in, round down, pick up your left foot, like you're about to help your best friend over a fence. Lift your right kneecap, flex your toes back. When you're ready, lift your left leg up. Press your heel forward, flex your toes back, keep your hips in line. If both legs lock, bend elbows down. Elbows go below calf muscles, touch into chest. Put your forehead on your knee. And maybe play around with letting go of your left foot, but try not to let the left leg drop, right? So you're really using the hip flexor strength. Change, slowly come up. Point your left toes, knees together. Let's do both arms at once. Ready? Right arm up, left arm back, pick up the inside of your left foot. Squeeze your right thigh, point your left toes, lift your chin, stretch up, and slowly kick, stretch, breathe, kick into your hand, stretch forward, breathe through your nose. So left shoulder back, right shoulder down. Try to keep the left hip down so the hips aren't opening too much. Body down more, leg up more. The harder you kick, you can balance forever. Start to kick up more than you're kicking back. Kick, kick, kick. Good, change. Whew. Kick yourself up. Good for you. Okay, come to the back of your mat, to Dandasana balancing stick. Feet together, inhale, arms overhead, sideways, palms together. Interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, big stretch up. Step your right foot forward, shift your weight to your right foot, lock both legs, stretch, and as you're ready, start to tilt. Maybe at first coming down 1 or 2 inches, eventually, arms, body, head, legs, everything parallel to the floor from the side. Body makes a T like Tom. Not a broken umbrella. Nobody wants a broken umbrella today. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Change. Left foot down, right foot back. Pull the abdomen in, stretch. Step your left foot forward, lock both legs, point your right toes, and tilt. So in standing, head to knee, we rounded the spine. In standing, bow pulling pose, we bent the spine. And in balancing stick, we're stretching the spine. Keep the back long, like there's a board strapped to your back. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Change. Right foot down, left foot back, arms down. You're welcome to do second set like we did first set, or you can try another fun posture called split arm, which goes into balancing stick, but then you keep going. Ready? Arms over your head, palms together, cross your thumbs, big stretch up. Step your right foot forward, shift your weight to your right foot, stretch, and come down. So you're coming down slowly with control. Once you're parallel, split your arms up and back, and then start to come down, lift your left leg and back bend. So lift your big toe to the ceiling, stomach to thigh, but look forward, chin away from the chest, body down, leg up. change. Left foot down, right foot back, big stretch up, step your left foot forward, shift your weight to your left foot, stretch, and tilt, coming down with control. Once you're parallel to the floor, open up your arms, split your arms up and back, stomach to thigh, look forward, try to touch your right big toe to the ceiling, lock both legs, chin forward, chest forward, leg up, change, right foot down, left foot back, optional sun salute, inhale, lift, exhale, fold, inhale, lengthen, exhale, step or float back, lower down, inhale your back bend, exhale your spine stretch, right? Do your down dog for child's pose. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your nose. Inhale, look forward, you can step or float forward, lengthen, slowly exhale, hold. Inhale, reach to rise, lift up. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, a big step, arms down parallel to the floor. And if you'd like to rotate to face the long side of your mat, you're welcome to do so. This is the separate leg series. Turn your toes in, heels out, lock your legs, lift your chest, and swan dive forward. You can start with your hands on the floor in front of you. Walk your hands forward as much as you need until your hips are over your heels. Push your knees back, lock your legs, catch your breath. If your legs are straight, you can grab the outsides of your feet or your heels from behind. Everybody roll forward, lift your hips up, push your knees back, pull, stretch, touch your head to the floor in between your feet. As you're ready, you're going to release the grip from your hands, put your hands on the floor in front of you, look forward, and heel toe your feet in. We're going to transition to what's called a yoga squat, garland pose, malasana. So for this, you're going to bring your heels in and your toes out so that your feet make a V, like victory. And as you're ready, you're going to start to bend your knees and sit down. So eventually heels to the floor. If your heels are not touching the floor, that's really normal. You might lean forward at first. Just know that different steps work for different body proportions. So for like the width of my hips versus my femurs, shins, and knees, it makes sense for me to have a smaller step. But for a lot of folks, you might want a step that's wider than your mat. Yeah, like 2 to 3 feet between your heels. Heels in, toes out. If you have your heels on the floor, you can bring your hands to heart center, push the elbows out, lift the chest up. And if this is easy, next step is to point the toes forward so the insides of your feet are parallel. So a really great hip opener. It's nice for you to lengthen through the spine. Okay, as you're ready, put your hands on the floor, lift your hips up, turn your toes back forward, take a bigger step. So going back to where we came from, bring your arms out parallel, change, slowly come up, triangle trikonasana, turn your right foot out, maybe left toes in, take a bigger step if you need to, bend your right leg and lunge, sit down, lean back, and move your arms at the same time. Elbow in front of the knee, left arm up to the ceiling, look up to the ceiling, stretch up, breathe. Push your left hip forward and down. Push your right knee back with the help of your elbow. Now turn, twist upper body back, like spine twisting posture. Lock your left leg, keep your left foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your right leg, right toes in, left toes out. Make sure your heels are in line, not crisscross. Inhale, bend your left leg, lunge, lean back, and move your arms, elbow in front of the knee. Hover your fingertips between your big and second toe. Don't touch the floor, don't push any weight on the floor. Look up, stretch up, reach your right arm down, reach your right arm up, I should say. Sink your right hip down, push your left knee back, turn, twist, lock your right leg. Keep your whole right foot, even the outside edge of your right foot, flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your leg. Left toes in, right toes out. This time, keep both legs straight and start to lean to the right, stick your butt out to the left, right arm down, left arm up. So at first, maybe your right hand is on your knee, your shin, your ankle. Eventually, you can put your hand on the floor in front of your right foot and look up towards the ceiling. This is how a lot of other styles of yoga do triangle pose. Bikram's version of triangle is its own kind of special breed. Option to stay here in this version of triangle. It's a really nice neck stretch, and it's a good inner thigh stretch. Option to stay here, or we can flow to what's called bird of paradise. Bend your right knee, so going back more towards that Bikram lunge. Take your right hand in between your legs like you're trying to pat your own butt. Break your left hand behind you and see if you can catch your hands together in a bind. From here, you're going to walk your feet back together, which is super awkward, but the more you do it, the easier it gets, like many things in life. Eventually, heels come together. From here, shift your weight to your left foot and start to lift up. So eventually lifting all the way up, And then from here, point your right toes and kick up. And if you're familiar with the flower bird of paradise, you might be able to see why this posture is called bird of paradise, right? Lift your chest. Beautiful. As you're ready, you're going to bend the right leg again, coming back down, right foot to the floor. Take a bigger step, undo the bind, bring your arms back to 6 and 12 o'clock, change, rotate your arms, straighten your right leg, right toes in, left toes out, 2 heels in line, other side, start to tilt to the left, and then come down. At first, left hand on your left shin or ankle, eventually hand to the floor in front of your foot, look up, stretch up, really feel the chest opening up, stretch the top of your head to the left side of the room. I love this posture. I have like a chronically stiff neck. I find that this version of triangle pose, like lengthening your neck like this, is actually really good for stretching out the neck spine. Option to stay here or try bird of paradise. Bend your left knee, take your left hand in between your legs like you're trying to pat your own butt. Drape your right hand behind you, eventually clasp hands together. If your hands are close, you might take like a towel and hold onto the towel. Walk your feet back together, shift your weight to your right foot, and lift your left leg up. Point your left toes, kick your left leg up, open your chest like a flower petal blooming. Beautiful. As you're ready, you're going to bend your left leg, put your left foot back down on the floor, take a wider step, bring your arms back to 6 and 12 o'clock, change, rotate your arms, straighten your left leg, left toes in, head to knee pose, arms up, palms together, cross your thumbs, pivot on your heels to one side of the room or the back of your mat. Turn your back toes in, push your left hip forward, 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 stretch up, chin to chest, go down. Round your spine, compress your abdomen, touch your forehead and knee together. So in stretching pose, we stretch the spine. In triangle pose, we twisted the spine, really opened through the shoulders. And now in head to knee pose, we're rounding the spine, compressing the abdomen, try to keep your shoulders and hips in line. So both hips in line, one hip is not higher than the other. Push your forehead into your knee a couple times real quick, lock both legs, hands together, change, slowly uncurl, left shoulder forward, full stop at the top. Pivot on your heels to the other side of the room or the front of your mat. Uncross your heels, turn your back toes in, move your right hip forward, 2 hips in line, 2 heels in line, left side foot makes a 45-degree angle. Stretch up, chin to chest, go down, round your spine, pull your abdomen in, touch your forehead and knee together. Remember that you can always bend your front leg or take a wider step that helps you to touch your head and knee together, front side compression, throat choke, jaw relaxed, eyes open, stomach in, breathing normal. Lock your right leg, push your forehead into your knee, lock your left leg, hands together, change, slowly uncurl, vertebra by vertebra, disc by disc, head up last. Pick up your toes, face forward. Option to do second set as we did first set, or if you'd like, bring your hands behind you, maybe just holding hands together behind you, or eventually you're going to start to bring your hands together and eventually have hands in prayer. And then from there, you can see how high you can slide your fingers up. Pick up your toes, pivot either to the back of your mat or the side of your mat. Turn your back toes in, push your left hip forward. Rather than rounding our spine, in the second set, we're going to go down with a flat back. This is called pyramid pose. Stretch up, chin away from your chest, fold. So stick your butt out, stomach to thigh, chest to knee, maybe chin to shin. Both legs locked, back flat. Option to stay here, or if your hands are behind you, interlace fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, and then start to lift your hands up to the ceiling and forward to the right foot. So you get a nice shoulder rinse here. Breathe. Your hands are up and forward in the shoulder rinse. Bring your hands back to the lower back. Everybody lock both legs, chin away from your chest. Push your right foot into the floor as you lift, coming up with a flat back rather than rounding out. Good. Pick up your toes, pivot to the front of your mat. So I'm showing you here. Turn your back toes in. It will be much easier to balance if your heels are in line but not crisscross. You are not on a tightrope, you are on a yoga mat. So use the space. Turn your back toes in, push your right hip forward, chin away from your chest, go down, flat back, straight spine, stick your butt out, stomach to thigh, chest to knee, chin to chin. If you'd like, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, lift your hands up and forward. It also helps with balance to have your left foot on the floor, like really actively bringing the weight into your left foot. You have your hands up and forward in the shoulder ends, bring your hands back to the lower back, lock both legs, chin away from your chest. Push your left foot into the floor as you come up with a flat back, straight spine. Very nice. Pivot on your heels. Step your right foot back, arms down, optional sun salute. This is the second to last one. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, slow as you fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, you can step or float back. Keep exhaling, lower down. Inhale, either into cobra or up dog. Exhale, either into down dog or child's pose. Take a breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, look forward. You can step or float forward, lengthen halfway. Slowly exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your eyes, lift up. Exhale, arms down. Wonderful. Come to the middle of your mat space for tree pose, Tadasana. Shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg. Lift your right leg up, touch your heel to your costume. Slowly, gently, let your right knee drop down and back into a half floated shape. Never force your knee. You can bring your right hand up, and if you'd like, left hand. This is option one. Option two, you can try a bind. You're going to take your right hand out to the right, palm faces the wall behind you. Reach behind you. See if you can maybe catch your right foot with your right hand. Option to stay here, or you can go into toe stand. I recommend bringing your hands back together and then fold. Hands to floor first. Lift your left heel, bend your left knee, sit down on your heel. Walk your hands back to either side of your hips. Left hand up to the center of your chest. Right hand. If you can balance, start to kick your right foot forward, and then eventually pull it back in. Maybe come a half inch off your heel. Maybe you fall. Maybe you fly. When you're ready, hands to floor, lift your hips up, straighten your standing leg. You can come up on 2 feet or press your hips forward to reverse out. Very nice. Change, shift your weight to your right leg, lock your right leg, and lift your left leg up. Other side, feel the costume, let your left knee drop. You can bring one or both hands together. Option one. Option two, take your left hand out to the left, palm faces the wall behind you, reach behind you, see if you can catch your left big toe with your left hand for a bind. This is option two. Option three, you can float a toe stand. I'm not going to do toe stand, but I will walk you through it. Pick a spot on the floor, 4 feet in front of you, don't move your eyes, fold forward. Hands to floor, lean forward, lift your right heel, bend your right knee, sit down on your heel. Walk your hands back to either side of your hips, bring one or both hands together. And if you'd like, try kicking the left foot forward, point your toes, and then eventually pull the left foot back in. Beautiful. When you're ready, hands to floor, you can come up on 2 feet or lift your hips up to straighten your standing leg, and then press your hips forward, lift your chest to reverse out. Awesome. Change, left leg down. Last sun salute. Inhale, lift your arms, lift up. Exhale, bend your knees, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step or float back. Keep exhaling, lower down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. Take a breath here. Inhale to your nose. Exhale to your nose. Good for you. Breathe in. Empty out. Inhale, look forward. You can step or float forward, lengthen halfway. Slowly exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your eyes, lift up. Exhale, arms down. Good for you. Give yourself a high five, fist bump, pat on the back, turn around. Savasana, we are on the floor for the rest of class. I'm going to adjust our camera angle ever so slightly. Okie doke. Head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. Heels together, toes fall open. Arms down, palms face the ceiling. Eyes open, mouth closed. Savasana. Inhale to your nose, feel your chest rise. Exhale to your nose, feel your chest fall. So 26 and 2 yoga, which was popularized by a guy named Bikram Chaudhry, comes out of a larger sequence of 84 asanas, popularized by a guy named Bishnu Ghosh. And Bishnu Ghosh was Bikram's guru, his mentor, his teacher, and out of Calcutta, India. And if you've ever noticed in the 26 and 2 sequence, there's series within the sequence, right? Like the balancing series, the separate leg series, the hip opening series, the spine strengthening series. Well, in 84 asanas, there's just more series. All of the 26 and 2 postures are in there, but they're in slightly different order. So for example, Triangle pose comes before standing head to knee. And triangle pose actually comes right after half moon. So it goes half moon and then triangle and then separate leg head to knee. So that's called like the half moon series, right? So it's like same, but different. Some of the series within the 84 are like really inaccessible. There's a sequence called like the leg breaker series. We're not doing postures from there. There's like a handstand series. We're not doing postures from there, but we are pulling from, you know, some of the other 84 asanas. Yeah, so this is just a fun way to kind of like see where maybe the 26 into asanas are like out of, what maybe they're inspiring, where they're moving towards, and also just an opportunity to have fun and move your body. So don't take it too seriously. In general, I would say it's a good rule of thumb. Don't take yourself too seriously. Yeah, Uttanasana when you're moving pose. Bend your right leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, grab your right shin, nice tight right knuckle grip, pull your knee out to the right, down towards your shoulder, completely avoid your rib cage. So tree pose, toe stand, and wind removing pose are all what's part of called the hip opening series in 26 into yoga. Change right leg down, bend your left leg up, pull your knee out and down. Keep your right shoulder on the floor. If your right calf muscle doesn't naturally touch the floor, flex your right toes back to your face. Change, left leg down, both legs lift up, grab your elbows each other, give yourself a big hug for coming to class, good for you. Squeeze your knees together and down. Keep your head on the floor without lifting your head. Look down the center line of your body and breathe. Eventually, or in the future, when the bone, joint, skeletal system has improved, the whole spine from coccyx to the neck will be flat on the floor. Change, arms down and eyes open. In 84 asanas, there's a lot of other hip opening postures like pigeon pose, for example. And we're gonna optionally, you can do a second set of wind removing pose like normal, or if you'd like, you can try some other fun hip opening postures in the second set, starting with supine figure 4. Bend your legs so that your feet are on the floor. Keep your left foot on the floor and cross your right ankle shin over your left thigh. So if you look down the center line of your body, your legs make a 4 shape. That's why it's called figure 4. Option to stay here or lift your left foot off the floor, hug your thighs in towards your abdomen. And if you'd like, interlace your fingers behind your left thigh as you pull down. It's a nice hip opener. It's a great side seat stretch. You're stretching the sciatic nerve on the outer right leg. And this is a really wonderful entry into pigeon pose, which in the 84 asanas, there's actually like a whole pigeon series with lots of fun different variations of that posture. Change, left foot down, right foot down, other side, lift your left leg up, cross your left ankle shin over your right thigh, lift your right foot off the floor, interlace your 10 fingers behind your right thigh and pull down. You might notice that this side feels different from the other side. Again, we're not symmetrical. And yoga is really not about symmetry, right? It's about self-realization, just staying with your breath, staying with your body. Change, right leg down, left leg down, happy baby. Lift both legs up, but keep your knees bent, but open your knees apart, flex your toes back, and see if you can grab the outsides of your feet with your hands. If you can't grab your feet yet, you can grab the backs of your thighs. From here, you can rock back and forth, side to side. Maybe as you roll to the left, you straighten your left leg and then come back to center. And as you roll to the right, you straighten your right leg and come back to center, just rolling out the back. And then freeze in the middle as you pull down. This is also a really wonderful posture if that yoga squat, that Malasana garland pose that we did earlier, where we like bent down with our ideally heels on the floor, butt towards the floor, spine lifted, right? If that posture is not easy for you, try doing a happy baby every day. If you think about it, right, this is like that exact same shape with the hips. It's just you're on your back rather than your feet. So it's a great way to open the hips without having to put pressure on the hips or knees. Change, arms down, legs down, take a breath. Another interesting thing about 26 into yoga versus Bishnu Ghosh's 84 sequence is in 26 into yoga, you'll notice like we do a posture and then we stop and we take a break and then we do it again. In Ghosh's 84 sequence, you only do one set of things, and also there's no breaks in between them. So you just go posture to posture to posture. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up, elbows to floor, forehead to knees. Okay, turn and lie on your abdomen. So in that spirit, we're gonna do the spine strengthening series back to back to back, and then take a break and then do it again. Bring your chin forward, place your hands flat on the floor below your shoulders so your elbows point up to the ceiling. Zip up your legs like a cobra's tail, toes and heels touch. Lock your legs, look up and lift. Stretch your upper body off the floor. Use your back strength. Roll your shoulders back and down. Stretch your elbows to your hips, big toes to the back of your mat. Lock your legs, beautiful. Squeeze your butt, look up, chin up, chest up, stretch up. Good, change slowly with control, lower down. Locust, Shalabhasana, chin forward. Arm straight position, palms face the floor. You can keep your arms out to the side or bring your arms underneath you. So one day pinky fingers touch, but hands never overlap. Lock your right leg, point your right toes and lift your right leg up to a 45-degree angle, half of 90. Lengthen and lift. Change, right leg down, relax your right leg, lock your left leg, point your left toes and lift your left leg up without letting the hip open up. Left hip down, sole of left foot flat to the ceiling, lift your heel up, change, left leg down. Third part, chin in a little bit, so mouth on your mat, neck long. Bring your arms a little closer underneath you, spread your fingers wide. Zip up your legs like a cobra's tail, squeeze your butt, lock your legs, point your toes, roll forward, lift both legs up. Come up, everybody, come up. You can do it, struggle a little harder. Don't give up, mouth down, shoulders down, lift your legs up. Change, slowly lower down, Purna Shalabhasana, full locust. Arms out to the side like airplane wings, feet together, toes, heels touch. Lock your legs, point your toes. Look up and lift, everything lifting off the floor. So in cobra pose, we lifted the chest. In locust, we lifted the legs. In full locust, we're lifting the chest and legs at once. We're also opening through the shoulders. Lift your thighs up, chin up, chest up, look up, come up a little higher at the end. Good, change, slowly lower down. Take your time, you can pause for a second, get your bearings. Next, we're gonna connect the hands and feet together. Dhanurasana floor bow. Chin forward, bend your legs, grab your feet from the outside 2 inches below the toes. You're welcome to grab 1 foot at a time. Point your toes, squeeze your butt, look up towards the ceiling, and start to kick into your hands. Beautiful, continuously keep kicking without stopping, without intermission. It's the kick that drives the posture. You're gonna hold still between your ribs and hips. Bring your knees in, feet out, wrist straight, look up, kick, kick, kick. Good, change slowly with control, lower down. Look to your right, left ear on your mat, arms down, palms face the ceiling, toes together, heels fall open. So the spine strengthening series are all back bends. And in 84 asana, there's another series that relates to it called the full series, which are just more full versions of the back bends. If you're looking to the right, lift your head and look to the left, right ear on your mat as you breathe in and out. So in the second set of these postures, if you'd like, you're welcome to do second set just like you did first set, or I will provide some optional variations, some like fuller versions of, for example, cobra pose or bow pose. If you're doing the postures like you normally would, just know that you're welcome to come out whenever you want or take breaks as you want, because sometimes explaining the other versions of them take a little bit longer than in the first set. Okay, so cobra, bring your chin forward, hands on the floor below your shoulders, and this time open your feet about mat width distance and walk your hands back 4 or so inches so your thumbs are in line with your lower ribs. Lock your legs, look up and lift. This is option 1, keep your elbows bent, feet on the floor. Option 2, straighten your arms. Now often when we start to lift up, the hips come off the floor and the shoulders tense up. See if you can press your hips down and push your hands down so shoulders away from your ears. This is option 2. Option 3, you're gonna drop your head back. Option 4, bend your legs, try to touch your toes to your head. So in the full version of these postures, eventually your feet and head touch. If your legs are bent, put your feet back down on the floor, bend your elbows, slowly lower down, chin forward, locust, Shalabhasana. Arms straight position, rotate your arms, palms face the floor, bring your arms underneath you as best you can. Okay, so for the second set of locust, we can play around with a few things. First and foremost, try tucking your toes under for a second, lock your legs, and just see what it feels like to push your feet back so that you kind of slide forward. That's the feeling that you're eventually going to get in this posture, sliding forward. From here, if you'd like, you can bend your knees and walk your knees up towards your feet. You'll notice that I'm talking normally. There's no weight in my throat, in my neck. The weight is in my shoulders here. Keep your left leg bent, tuck your left toes under, lock your right leg, point your right toes and lift your right leg up. So now you'll feel more of the back bend, more of the weight in the shoulders. Option to stay here, or lock your left leg and now you really feel the weight in the shoulders.
Bring your left knee down, right knee down, other side. Keep your right toes tucked under, both knees bent. Lock your left leg, point your left toes, lift your left leg up. And if you'd like, keep your right toes tucked under, lock your right leg. Again, I'm talking normally. The weight is in my shoulders, not my neck. Change, right knee down, left knee down. Okay, third part, there's a couple options that you can play around with here. You can have your mouth down, but try lifting up with your legs apart. And you might find that you can lift up more. Or if you have a healthy neck, you can bring your chin forward, keep your chin forward in the third part, and you're gonna see if you can kick your feet all the way up to the ceiling. Ready? So you can keep your feet apart and lock your legs, or when you're ready, point your toes and try to kick both feet up to the ceiling. And change, slowly lower down, very nice. Okay, Purnashalavasana, full locust, arms out to the side, feet apart. So full locust eventually lends itself to another variation of our full cobra, but you're gonna go into it without pushing your hands on the floor. So arms out to the side, feet mat width distance, lock your legs, point your toes, keep your feet on the floor, and start to lift. So feet stay on the floor, chest lifts up. This is option one. Option two, if you'd like, you're gonna come down again, and this time you're gonna see if you can clap your hands up. So it'll look like this, and then go back. Good. And option three, if you're feeling sassy, you can try it one more time. You're gonna keep your arms apart, and you're basically gonna bring your arms back and try to grab your knees. And if you can grab your knees, bend your legs, and eventually touch head and toes together. Okay, feet back down, hands together, change, slowly lower down. Dhanurasana floor bow, here we go. Chin forward, bend your legs, grab your feet from the outside, or the opposite foot from first step. This is option one. Option two, walk your hands in, just like in standing bow, so that your hands are on the inside of your foot. Put your thumb between your big toe and second toe. So there's a little bit of a grip here. Point your toes, squeeze your butt, look up and kick. If you're grabbing your feet from the inside, you can try a fun shoulder rotation that takes this into full floor bow. You're gonna try bending your left elbow out and forward. It's a fun shoulder rotation, right elbow out and forward. Eventually drop your head back, eventually head and toes touch. If you have the full floor bow shoulder rotation, release your left foot from your left hand, look forward, left hand to floor, release your right foot from right hand to floor, right hand forward, and then arms down. So look to your right, left ear on your mat, take a breath. And then gently lift your head, look to your left, right ear on your mat, take a breath. And remember that it's all just for fun. And it took me a long time to figure out how to do those postures. So if you were like, what the what? I was there too once. Okay, bring your chin forward, put your hands on the floor, push up, come to the top of your mat, same way that we flowed the spine strengthening series and the full series. We're gonna flow the separate leg, we're gonna flow the fixed firm series. So start in tabletop, open your knees, open your feet, start to walk your hands back. You can keep your hands in front of you, beside you, or behind you the whole time, and eventually sit down between your heels. If you can sit between your heels, put your hands on your feet, right elbow down, left elbow down, drop your head back, head to floor, tuck your chin, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, grab your elbows each other and hold. So it's kind of fun to flow this posture and the next three together, because you'll see how they interact with one another. Like in fixed firm right here, we're doing a back bend with our feet apart. In the next posture, we're going to do a forward fold with our knees and feet together. Then in camel, we're going to open our knees and feet and do a back bend. And then in rabbit, we're going to close our knees and feet and do a rounded spine posture. So you can kind of watch how they interact with one another. Change, put your hands on your feet, push yourself up, head up last. Okay, come to the middle of your mat, knees, feet together, hips on your heels, arms over your head, palms together, cross your thumbs, stretch up, and go down slow with control. Forehead to floor, little fingers to floor, active arms, reach your arms forward, sink your hips down, stretch, stretch, stretch. You're really lengthening through the spine, lengthening the neck spine before we do another back bend, right? Make sure you're really stretching, lengthening everything. Change, knees, feet together, lift yourself up. Lift your hips off your heels. Stand on your knees, open your knees 6 inches between knees and feet. Put your hands on your lower back, thumbs outside, fingers down to the floor. Keep your hips over your knees. Start to look up towards the ceiling, lift your nose, lift your chin. One day head drops back. Option to stay here, or when you're ready, go back halfway, freeze in the middle. Option to stay here, or when you're ready, right hand down, grab your right heel. Left hand down, grab your left heel. Thumbs outside, fingers inside, full palm grip on your heels. Push stomach, thighs, hips forward, lift your chest up, drop your head back, and change. Put your hands on your back, press yourself up carefully with control. Head up last. Bring your knees, feet together, hips on your heels. We're going to flip it and reverse it with rabbit, Sasangasana. Grab your heels from the outside, stretch up, chin to chest, slowly with control, go down. Take your time, listen to your body. Forehead to knees, automatically top of head to floor, reach back, grab your heels, don't lose the grip. Option to stay here, or when you're ready, lift your hips up. If there's a gap between your knees and head, you can walk your knees up one by one, but head stays in place. Squeeze your heels together, press your hips forward, lift your shoulders up, suck your stomach in, round your spine. Change, hips down, slowly uncurl, vertebra by vertebra, disc by disc, head up last, very nice. Turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. Take a breath. Option to take an extra long Savasana, or you can join me in a core strengthening exercise. So if you'd like to join me for a core strengthener, you're going to bend your legs, but your feet are on the floor. And then from here, lift your feet off the floor, but knees stay bent. So knees over hips, shins parallel to the ceiling. Tuck your tailbone under a little bit, squeeze your ribs together, pull your abdomen in so the lower back is on the floor. Interlace your fingers, lift your head and bring your fingers under the nape of your neck, elbows wide. As you're ready, you're going to start to take your right leg to the back wall, look a little to the left, draw right elbow towards left knee, and then come back to center. Straighten your left leg, bring left elbow towards right knee, looking a little to the right, come back to center. Length of the right leg, right elbow to left knee, come back to center. Lengthen the left leg, bring left elbow towards right knee, come back to center. And then you can pick up the pace for bicycle kicks for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Release. Arms down, legs down. Take a breath. You're always welcome to skip sit-ups by rolling off to the side. Otherwise, legs together, arms over your head, flex your feet, squeeze your seat, sit up. Wonderful. Okay, come to the top of your mat, second set. Fix firm, open your knees, open your feet, start to sit down between your heels. Maybe try bringing your knees together in the second set. Put your palms on your soles, right elbow, left elbow, head back, head to floor. Tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, grab your elbows each other and hold. Option to stay here, or if you go back all the time, like pretty much every time you can go all the way into the posture. You have healthy knees, healthy quads, healthy hips. You can get a little bit of a deeper stretch to the quads and kneecaps. Squeeze your butt, keep your knees on the floor, and lift your hips off the floor. So the hips lift up, but the knees stay down, and you'll feel more of a stretch in the quads and knees. Slowly lower your glutes back down. Let's do that 2 more times. Squeeze your glutes and lift your pelvis up. Keep the knees down. Lower down. Last time, squeeze your tush. Lift your hips up to the ceiling. Keep your knees down. Hips down. Good. Change. Put your hands on your feet. Push yourself up. Okay, come to the middle of your mat. You're welcome to do a second set of half tortoise, or you can try a wide-legged child's pose. Feet together, knees apart. Put your hands on the floor. Walk your arms forward, sink your hips down. So in half tortoise, the knees and feet are together and the palms are together in prayer. In child's pose, wide-legged child's pose, the knees are apart and the palms face down. It's a little bit different with the shoulder motion. Reach your arms forward, sink your hips down, re-energize, reorganize, revitalize, stretch. If you're ready, put your hands on the floor. Walk yourself back up, keep your knees apart, feet together, lift your hips for second set of camel. You're welcome to do second set of camel like first set, or you can do what's called full camel. So the same way that we did like full cobra, full bow, there's also a full camel pose. I'll show you some drills that'll help you get closer to full camel, and then I'll talk you through it, walk you through it for those of you that want to try going all the way back. So you're going to bring your hands together at heart center, look up towards the ceiling, and at first you're just going to try and high five the ceiling. So like you're going to lift your right arm up, like you're trying to high five the ceiling, bring your right hand down, lift your left hand up, like you're trying to high five the ceiling, bring your left hand down, lift both arms up like you're raising the roof, like it's 1999. Bring both hands back to center. And from here, we're going to start to play patty cakes with the back wall. So drop your head back this time and start to bring your right hand back to the back wall if you're trying to play patty cakes. Right hand back in, then your left arm back, then both arms back. So you start to feel that opening in the shoulders. So it's like patty cake, baker's man, and eventually you're going to go all the way back. And eventually, hands touch the floor. From here, when you're ready, you're going to bend your elbows and try to touch your head to your toes. Eventually grab your heels. And this is full camel, the same way that like full cobra, full bow, those all goes into like head to feet. Same thing here. Okay, if you are in regular camel, put your hands on your back, change. If you are in full camel, you're going to straighten your arms, hands together, squeeze your butt. You're going to lift yourself up like you're doing the limbo. Good. Okay, sink your hips down. Whew. Arms down, very nice. You can do a second set of rabbit, or you can join me on your back for some fun shoulder stand action. If you're joining me on your back, or you're welcome to just watch and then decide what you want to do. Just make sure there's some room behind you, because eventually you're going to lift your feet up. Okay, so if you'd like to join me for shoulder stand plow pose, have your hands on the floor, palms face down, and bring your arms underneath you, palms facing the floor, bend your legs, and then lift your feet up to the ceiling. And from here, you're just going to start to rock back and forth. So every time you push your hands down, shoulders down, and try to lift your hips off of your hands. And when you've got a good one, you're just going to keep going and eventually touch your feet to the floor behind your head. This is called plow pose. If you'd like, if your feet are on the floor in your plow pose, we're going to go to what's called ear pressure pose. Bend your knees so that eventually your knees cover your ears. That's why it's called ear pressure. And if you feel stable here, you can grab your heels with your hands and pull down. And now it's an awful lot like rabbit pose, just on your shoulders rather than on your shins. Okay, fun transition. If you're in ear pressure pose, bring your hands back down to the floor, then bend your arms so that your hands are on your lower back. Straighten your legs, and if you'd like, we're going to go to shoulder stand. So keep your hands on your back for support and start to lift your feet up to the ceiling. Keep your chin to your chest. This is called shoulder stand. This is called the queen of all yoga asanas, the queen posture. If you're in shoulder stand, you're going to lower your feet back overhead, back into plow. Put your hands back on the floor and slowly roll out vertebra by vertebra, disc by disc, feet to the floor. If you did that fun shoulder stand plow pose variation, you can take a counter pose here, hands under the body, fish pose, bend your elbows, drop your head back. So shoulder stand is sometimes referred to as like the queen yoga posture. You trap a lot of prana, life force energy in your throat chakra when you tuck your chin to your chest that much. So we want to release that prana, life force energy by doing a back bend like fish pose, where you open through the throat chakra. Okay, if you're in fish pose, tuck your chin under, head on the floor, bring your arms out, turn around, savasana. And if you just did rabbit that whole time, wow, good for you. Heels together, toes fall open, arms down, palms face the ceiling, eyes open, mouth closed. Inhale. Exhale. Legs together, arms over your head, flex your feet, squeeze your seat, sit up. Wonderful. Head to knee pose, Janu Shavasana. Right leg out, left leg in, two legs make an L, a 90-degree angle, no wider. Inhale your arms over your head, big stretch up. Exhale, turn to your right, tuck your chin to your chest, put your forehead on your knee. Interlock your 10 fingers up to the webbing under the ball of your foot. Flex your toes back, bend your elbows down, suck your stomach in. Left elbow down, left shoulder down, roll into the left. Good, change, arms up, left leg out, right leg in, two legs make an L, so your hips stay square, stretch up, turn to your left, chin to chest, go down. So it's a compression posture, you're rounding your back, squeezing your front. You want to keep your shoulders and hips in line, so both sides of your back. Ground equally the same, rolling a little to the right. Good, change, arms up, both legs out in front of you. If you're skipping, sit up, stay here. Otherwise, lay down and stop. Paschimottanasana stretching, bend your knees, hook onto your big toes with middle and index fingers, peace sign fingers, scoot your butt back, right, left, 10 to 15 times. Knees can stay bent if it helps you keep a flat back. Your legs are straight, lock your legs, puff up your chest, and fold forward with a flat back, straight spine. Stick your butt out, flex your toes back, pull and stretch. Change, stay seated, spine twist. You can keep your left leg long, cross your right heel over your left knee, or bend your left leg. Either way, right heel touches left knee. Right arm close behind you like a second spine. Left arm up, bend over, make a circle. Grab your left knee with your left hand, heel and knee touch. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look over, right shoulder twist. You can keep your right hand behind you or reach behind you. Try to catch your left thigh with your right hand for a half bind. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look back, twist, twist, twist. Good, change, unwind, swap out your legs, bend your right leg on the floor, touch left heel to right knee. You can also keep your right leg long in front of you. Left arm close behind you, right arm up, over, draw a circle, making that shoulder rotation. Grab a right knee with right hand, heel and knee touch. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, pull abdomen in, look over, left shoulder twist. You can keep your left hand behind you for stability, or reach behind you, touch your right thigh with your left hand for a half bind. Evenly distribute your body weight on both sit bones so you're not leaning back, forward, or to one side. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, look back, twist and twist and twist. Change, unwind, turn around, Savasana. Head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. Take a breath. You can do second set of those postures just as you did first set, where I will provide some fun optional variations. Legs together, arms over your head, flex your feet, squeeze your seat, sit up. Okay, so second set head to knee pose. If you'd like, bring your right leg out more, left leg in, flex your toes back, keep your right hand outside of your right thigh, and start to bring your left arm long overhead. So now rather than compressing the abdomen, we're stretching the side body. Option to stay here, or eventually you fold down, and eventually maybe catch your right foot with one or both hands, left shoulder forward, right shoulder back, open your chest like a flower petal blooming. Beautiful, release. Bring your left leg out, right leg on. So now your hips are opening up, right? Versus in head to knee pose in 26 and 2, the hips are square. And this one, the legs are long. Take your right arm overhead, lengthen the right arm, drop the right shoulder, flex the toes back. Option to stay here or keep coming down and eventually catch your left foot with one or both hands. Really nice side stretch. Good, and come up, keep your left leg long, right leg out, flex your toes back, stick your butt out, put your hands on the floor, and walk forward, and eventually fold all the way forward. Doesn't have to be today or tomorrow. Just keep the shoulders back, the chest proud, breathe. Good, put your hands on the floor, push yourself up, spine twist. 3 options. Option 1, sit crisscross applesauce. Option 2, half lotus. Keep your left leg straight, put your right foot on top of your left thigh. Option 3, lotus pose. Put your left foot on top of your right thigh. From here, take right hand behind you like a second spine. Reach your left arm up and place left hand on right knee. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look over, right shoulder twist. And if you'd like, reach your right hand behind you. See if you can grab your right big toe with your right hand for a half bind. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look back, twist and twist and twist. Good, change, unwind. If you are in lotus pose, stay as you are in pretty much every lineage of yoga. The left foot is always on top and the right foot is always on bottom. If you are in half lotus, switch out your legs. You're evening out your hip and knee opener. And if you are crisscross applesauce, switch out your legs, which is one of the weirdest feelings in the world. Okay. From here, take your left hand behind you, right arm up, place right hand on left knee. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look over, left shoulder twist. You can keep your left hand behind you for balance. You can also reach behind you, touch your left big toe with your left hand for the bind. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look back, twist, twist, twist. Unwind. If you're in lotus pose, let's try bound lotus. Take your right hand behind you, catch right big toe with right hand, left hand behind you, catch left big toe with left hand. So in 26 and 2 yoga, when we do our final spine twist and we're like, grab your thigh with your hand, that's a nod towards eventually doing this bind.
And when we do tree pose, our version of tree pose, right, in the standing series, that's also a nod towards lotus pose. So everything you need to do this posture is in 26 into yoga. It's just like pieced apart rather than all at once. Change, unwind, turn around, savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. That's one thing that I think is like really cool about 26 into yoga is it pretty much gives you the keys to the kingdom of yoga. Like there's all the different body movements that you need in there. They're just kind of like parsed apart so that they're a little bit more accessible. That's why it's called a beginner yoga sequence. But all of the stuff you need to do some other fun postures all within that. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Wonderful. Come to the middle of your mat, sit well. You can sit knees, feet together, hips on your heels, or crisscross applesauce. Another quirk of 26 into yoga, our breathing exercise at the end is called Kapalbhati breathing. You exhale rapidly through your mouth as you pull your abdomen in. In pretty much every other style of yoga, though, Kapalbhati breathing is done through the nose. And what we do is a little bit closer to another breathing exercise called Vastrika breathing. So in the first set, we're going to do Kapalbhati 26 into style, exhaling through the mouth. In the second set, if you want, you can try it exhaling through the nose. Lick your lips, swallow a couple of times, sit up nice and tall. Concentrate, meditate. Don't forget to have fun. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So second set, you can do just like first set, or if you'd like, try rapidly exhaling through your nose. I find that I can really feel my lungs working more that way. Definitely swallow a couple times. You want to lubricate your throat for this. Take an inhale through your nose and begin. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good for you. Honor yourself. Give yourself a hug. High five. Pat on the back. Turn around. Savasana. Head to the front of your mat. Feet to the back of your mat. Take a breath. So another thing to keep in mind, I think sometimes, we give so much respect to yoga, which it is like it's do that respect, right? But at the same time, sometimes we think that it's like, I don't know, like things can't be changed, or it's like a little holy, and it is holy, but it's also deeply human, and it's a living tradition. So for example, a lot of the postures in 84 asanas, you're going to find in many other styles of yoga. Same thing with 26 into yoga. But you'll notice that they might be in a different sequence or just slightly different variations. There's always a good rhyme or reason for this, but at the end of the day, keep in mind that like these lineages of yoga are living, they're still evolving. And sometimes the sequence that we do things in or the variation that we do things in is as simple as somewhere along the way, some old dude decided that that was the way to do it versus like somebody in another lineage of yoga was like, let's do this posture first rather than this one. So just keep that in mind in your regular practice. You are part of this tradition that's evolving. And if something doesn't make sense to your body, there's nothing wrong with you. If nobody's told you yet today, there's nothing wrong with you. But it's also an opportunity to reflect on like how lineages of yoga, styles of yoga, sequences of yoga intersect with one another. And a reminder that like you are part of that, right? By practicing yoga today in 2021, you are part of what's like moving that forward and changing the conversation over time. So it's both like sacred and ancient and holy, and also like deeply human and ever evolving. Take an inhale through your nose, feel your chest rise. Exhale through your nose, feel your chest fall. Think about how many people have done this posture, savasana before you. Probably how many people around the world are doing it right now. And how many people will do this pose long after we're gone? Breathing in, breathing out. You are so very alive.